And Eric, why don't you show off some things that you got? Now, I should mention, I did bring a lot of things, and by bring, I mean I live here, so I grabbed things that were here already. But I'm not going to show everything because we had Christmas, and I bought quite a bit of stuff in the last 6 weeks, and so I'm gonna briefly show like bits and pieces of stuff that we got. But why don't you go ahead and show off some of your stuff, Eric?
All right, so I'll start with someone at work got me a custom Riggs pop.
That's really cool.
Because they don't make Lethal Weapon pops. Even with a successful TV show, they do not make Lethal Weapon pops.
Now, how good of a job do you think that guy did on that? Like, you said, well, he doesn't wear that coat.
Well,
I mean, what was it originally?
Well, I thought he didn't wear that coat, but then I saw a picture. I was like, oh, I guess he does wear that coat. I just don't recall.
Interesting.
And it has to be in the first 3 because he's got the longer hair because he has short hair in the 4th one. I'm pretty I don't know what the head is, but the body is Mal. The body's totally Mal.
Most certainly, yeah. The head can't be because the hair's different.
Yeah.
Is it possible it's... The first thing I thought was maybe like Angel or something,
but he doesn't have long hair like that. I
guess he doesn't have long hair like that. Maybe it's...
It might be a girl.
It might be a girl, or it might be some rock star.
Yeah, that's possible.
Because they make a lot of pops for real people.
Yeah. So yeah, I now have a Riggs pop. I grabbed this just because I think it's fun. I got this for like $3.
It's like a Hydra or something?
It is Biollante, which is one of the lesser-known Godzilla monsters.
I immediately assumed this must be for like some miniatures game or something. Was the first thing I thought.
No, it's just a small Biollante figure, and I thought it was cool, so I grabbed it.
That's cool. You should look into the rest of that line and see who else they made.
Yeah, that's
true. You want to collect
I should.
He looks really cool. The paint job is great.
Yeah. Biollante is the soul of a little girl and a plant, specifically a rose. So for Christmas, I'm not going to go through everything I got for Christmas. I'll just do 2 kind of larger things.
Lots of trades, lots of
I got all of the Rebirth Aquamans, so at some point I'll get to those once I've finished going through the New 52 Aquamans, which I've also bought a lot of. Yes. But for Christmas, my sister got me Usagi Yojimbo Saga Volume 1, which I had asked for, but did not do my research on, and discovered this is not the beginning of Usagi Yojimbo. If you want to read Usagi Yojimbo, you do not start here. Do I sound like a minister? I feel like I sound like a minister.
You do not start. Well, we gotta. May I? I won't hurt it. I promise. Yeah. You gotta Bible pound a little bit. That's important.
So right after getting this, I discovered this starts at, if you're getting the individual volumes, Volume 8 is where this starts. So I have been getting the individual volumes. One is missing. I'll be talking about one later. One is missing. I have 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, you gotta do a lot from memory today, right?
Yeah. I haven't bought 6 and 7 yet, but I have 5 of them. I've read the first 2. I will keep going until I get to that. I got some Akira Kurosawa films.
Oh, cool. You haven't opened yet.
No, I've not opened them. I've not actually sat down and watched them yet. I got 7 Samurai, which at some point I'll make you watch. We talked about...
I was going to say, could I watch at least one of those with you? Because I'm getting more interested in the Samurai thing after the Lone Wolf and Cub thing that we had to review for today, which we'll talk about later also. I mean, just so much on this show.
So this is 7 Samurai, which there was some stupid long movie you were talking about showing me, and I was like, well, then I'll show you 7 Samurai because... 7 Samurai is like 3.5 hours long.
I can't remember what stupid long movie.
There was some movie that was going to be super long. I don't remember. I also got Throne of Blood, which is a samurai retelling of Macbeth.
In my defense, the movie I'm making him watch today is not stupid long.
No.
It's a normal length movie.
I got Rashomon, which I believe is the first film to ever retell same events from different points of view.
Interesting.
And then I got Hidden Fortress, which is... one of the biggest influences on Star Wars. I was
like, I know something really borrowed from that. It's Star Wars.
Star Wars really borrows from this, and apparently, according to SF3's video, Phantom Menace is like this movie. So it'll be quite interesting.
These are all important films.
Yes. Well,
I mean, Kurosawa's
everything Kurosawa does.
Of course.
The 2 big ones I'm missing just for ones I care about are Yojimbo and its sequel Sanjuro. Yojimbo was remade into Fistful of Dollars, which is the first of the Dollars trilogy. And then the other new acquisition I have is, I've got some of them here. So we talked about the big
Plus
Turtles.
this one, but we're reviewing this later.
Yes.
This is this is our featured book for the
I
comic
now
today.
have all of the Ninja Turtle Ultimate collections.
That's so exciting. It's so exciting.
So Cap and I really like doing the first one. We're going to go through all of these, and then my plan is...
You're not allowed to move out now.
Yeah. And my plan is once we finish going through these, I'm going to start buying the IDW ones that collect everything in the correct reading order.
Yes.
So that's my plan after we finish with those.
Which I have them all in singles for the most part. I'm missing a couple things, but it's very difficult to figure out what you're supposed to read in what order, not doing it week to week. So
they put out nice big hardcovers so that they do all that work for you.
But you know what? When we finally go through it like that, when we're old and gray, I will probably pull my singles out on top of it.
I don't think when we're old and gray, like we're kind of blowing
through these. No, that's true. It might not take that long, and we're in such a Turtles mood still.
Yep.
I don't know about you. I've not lost that.
No,
Since
neither
the
have
big
I.
Turtle show we did nothing but Ninja Turtles for 7 straight days.
Specifically, both of us have kind of gone to a feudal Japan kind of a mood.
Right.
Which was nice for Usagi Yojimbo and Usagi. I said Usagi. That's dumb. I'm a dumb American.
And for that, and also for the Lone Wolf and Cub thing again.
Yep.
What is that movie called? Shogun Assassin.
I was gonna say I've got the Blu-ray right over here. Shogun Assassin. So, that's the stuff that I grabbed to show off.
Well, I'll show a few things real quick, and I know I have a bunch of stuff on the table, but this should go pretty quickly. I'll show you a little bit of cool things I got for Christmas. This came from my sister-in-law's boyfriend, who's a really cool guy, who actually works in the comic printing business.
Oh,
that's what he does. He prints comics. And
so he's the guy I can go to complain if anything's like messed up, or like the page is cut off a little bit, or
and he told me, like, you know, people always like make a big deal out of misprints and how much that stuff's worth, and he's like, dude, like, if I could just steal things, I'd make a fortune, because I see that stuff all the time, you know. But he got me this really cool wall art, this Batman and Joker wall art hanging thing, which is this custom thing that some people make and sell on Amazon, and it's made out of a vinyl record, and they take a record and they take a stencil and they cut around it, I assume with a jigsaw or something, and it's fantastic. It's really cool. And it's a clock, and I haven't put batteries in it yet, but it'll go on the wall somewhere. I have so much Batman stuff to put on the walls, and as you can tell, so much extra wall space to put those things on the walls. Okay, and then from Vince...
If anyone wants to send Cap anything for his birthday or Christmas from now on, walls is what he needs.
Yeah, not Batman wall hanging. What I need is I've always wanted like a trap door or something, or like a hidden wall to go into like a secret room. What I need is the secret room. I need someone to give me the secret room.
Just so you can put your stuff in there.
Exactly. That's all it's for. It's only secret because that's cool, you know. And then I'll show you here in a little bit how we would access that secret room. But anyway, for Christmas, this is what Vince got me.
I forgot about my Vince gifts.
Oh, yes,
them too.
you got those out too. Go ahead.
Which has also been on the show before, not the omnibus, but it's been on
years
the show
ago.
Someone sent these to Vince, and Vince has gifted them to me
with these nice frames.
Yes.
Because as everyone knows, Eric is a giant Iron Man fan, and a much bigger Iron Man fan than Vince or anyone I know, besides my sister.
Sure.
But anyway, so you guys should talk Iron Man at some point. That would be fun.
Has she read Iron Man?
Not much, but it would be fun if maybe you guys reviewed something together. You know, because she really likes Iron Man.
That's how we do Demon in the Bottle.
Of course, we should get it. You guys will see my sister a little bit later. Eric just reviewed. We'll have reviewed with my sister. Yes, we pre-recorded those. Anyway, so this is a really cool 60s Batman print that Vince got me. That again, I don't have any wall space for, but I will take something down and put that up. I got a whole bunch of Super Nintendo games recently, really cheaply. Like I bought all this stuff at a thrift store for next to nothing a piece. I spent probably $50 or $60 for all this stuff. And so just real quick, I'll go through some of the stuff I got. I got the third Donkey Kong Country, which I was missing. Virtual Bart. I don't know if you ever played that.
I have not.
That game is fun and silly. Batman Forever, which is one of the worst games ever made, ever.
I have played that. And Aladdin I played quite a bit as a kid.
But did you play the Genesis one or the Super Nintendo?
I played the Super Nintendo one.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yes.
It's good. The Genesis one is better, but it's good. And then I finally got a physical copy of Yoshi's Island, which I didn't have, and that was exciting. I got Kirby's Superstar.
Those are expensive games.
Yeah, they are. and I got them again for really super dirt cheap. It was very, like I said, I paid.
Well, it was a thrift store, right? Like it's not a collectibles.
Yeah, so I paid what you would usually pay for one of these games for all of them. I got Bubsy 2, inflation, and because it was that cheap.
You haven't been beaten yet. Not by Bubsy.
Not by That was.
Haven't you been burned enough?
Yeah, I have, but completion. Because I'm not going to get rid of that crappy one that came out last year, so now I have them all. Fine. No, I don't. I don't have 3D, which I'm never going to buy.
Why not?
Probably, but
Collection.
For completion, I probably, yeah. I'm really sad, honestly. You ever heard of Faceball 2000?
No, but it sounds amazing.
It's hard to look at. This was the thing I remembered renting. But I didn't remember what I thought of it, and then I immediately put it in, and I went, oh yeah, that's right, I played this for 3 minutes and then took it back. Luckily, I barely paid anything for this. It's exactly what it looks like, Eric. They're faces, you walk around a maze, and you shoot balls at them, and they disappear.
Oh, it's like a Doom knockoff.
It's a Doom knockoff, yeah, that's what it is. It's not Face Skit Ball, though. I wish that was a game. And then... I got this thing called Vortex, which I think is some kind of a space shooter or something. I didn't even put this in. I don't even know what this is. Anyway, it was really cheap. I got the Super Nintendo version of Incredible Crash Dummies, which actually plays. And this was kind of fun, but I actually don't think it's as good as the NES one. And it's also made by LJN.
Are you able to make it further in that one?
By that much, just a little bit. And I also got Lion King, which is a great game.
I don't know if I played that one.
I don't know if you ever played that one. But
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
It's almost as good as Aladdin, and made a lot of Genesis and Super Nintendo like top 50 lists and stuff. So yeah. So anyway, so video games, which I don't show all the time, but I got a whole bunch of them, so I thought that'd be fun. Let's go through some recent Batman pops, shall we? As a lot of people know, I am collecting all the Batman for pops, and thanks to Eric, who helps me out with this because of the store he works at, I'm able to find a lot of exclusives that would be difficult to get otherwise.
One of them was a really big one.
Yeah, and used to be way more expensive, so that's really exciting. But the most recent of them is the 60s Batgirl pixel figure. I don't know how many of these they've made, and if this is going to keep it. Well, but for Batman, like, I don't know how much of this I'm going to have to buy for Batman.
You're going to have to buy a lot of them.
Really?
Because everything else is...
Has this just started? Like, is this kind of new?
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of figures from different lines doing pixel. Like, it's a lot of pixel.
So I'm probably...
And I don't think they look very good, personally.
You don't care for them?
No, it doesn't look pixely to me.
I think they look okay from afar. I think the closer you get to them. And I honestly felt the need to...
But if that exists, there's a Batman, there's probably maybe even a couple of Batmans.
And because it's 60s, that really makes me worried about how many of them they probably made. But, like, I felt like I had to look at the back of the box before I really appreciated what they were doing. Because they show the 60s Batman, like, cityscape with the bat symbol, like, in 8-bit pixel, and it looks like an 8-bit game, and then I look at this like, okay, I guess I see it.
That only makes sense to me if you're doing video game pops. Like, if you're not doing video game pops, like, I feel like this is milking. It's like, oh, what's something else we can do that makes
And that is this whole collection, to be fair. I mean, like, there's a lot of really cool stuff there, but there's other things where I'm rolling my eyes as I'm forking the money over because I've decided I'm
something about that one really bugs me, because I don't think they look that good.
Do you feel like it shouldn't count? I don't feel like this is the same thing as Domo, where it's a real pop. I feel like it kind of has to count.
No, it's a pop. I disagree with the artistic choice.
Yeah, that is totally fair. I like it more than I might some others just because I love that Batgirl design a lot, you know. But anyway,
we'll see how you feel 10 pixelated Batmans in.
Yeah, when I'm buying repaints for pixelated Batmans, if they do pixel versions of a lot of this stuff, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to do all that. That would get ridiculous.
It's just this, and then below it is all of the same figures.
Right next to it is the exact same shelf bookcase. I've got to do a whole other light rig, and yeah. But this is what, Earth 2? Earth 1? No, it's not Earth 1.
No, I guess
it's Earth 2. Yeah, this is Earth 2 Batman, which I immediately thought I had already because of the... Are you all right? Are you gonna make it? Because of the red eyes, because the other one that has red eyes is the Thomas Wayne Batman.
Yes.
The Flashpoint Batman.
And this one's really cool. I like his jacket. I don't know where he comes from, because Earth 2, as far as I know... Sometimes Earth 2 is like Golden Age, and sometimes Earth 2 is like Owlman and the Justice League.
Immediately I thought it was 52 Earth 2. Maybe it is, but I thought they had regular looking costumes?
I don't know.
Because they all get killed off right away.
Yeah, I didn't read that, so maybe.
And I only read the first issue and really didn't care for it, so I don't know. But or a couple. So this one was a little bit more expensive. This is the variant that takes the robot Batman from animated series and takes his ear off and gives him a completely roboticized head.
Yeah, for those that don't know, there was a pop before this that was Hard-Act Batman that was a normal Batman pop, but like half of his face is missing. It's the Terminator head.
I should have just already grabbed that, but I'll go ahead and bring that over so people can see it. But yeah. But he looks like that. That's the Hard-Act Batman. What a deep pull. What a cool deep pull that was. And this is even more insane that this exists. There was a variant for that.
I do think the face ripped off one looks better.
Oh, it does. I absolutely agree. But it's cool that they both exist.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And then there is Bruce Wayne with his mask off. And then there is Rainbow Batman. And this was the one that was hard to get for the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't know how much this used to be. I think I paid like, what, 20, 25 bucks?
Yeah, I think so.
Wasn't bad.
This was one of the ones, like, when we got it, I was like, oh, I think this is one of the really expensive ones. I think this is... Because at one night we looked through, like, these are the Batmans you will never own.
And that was one of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zero
Still 0 and R. Don't think I'll ever get that until it turns into
the bubble's gonna burst. The bubble's gonna burst. Don't worry.
And then no one will be impressed. No, they still will be. It's a cool looking collection. And then finally, Bombshell Batwoman,
who I adore.
I think she is probably my top 5 right now. She's wonderful. I love the baseball cap with the ears. That's so cool.
I also, for those that can't see because it's really tiny, she is Batwoman.
Yeah, it's great. And so
she
she's
has
a baseball
bat.
But she also has a bat on her chest.
You have the Bombshell Batgirl, right?
And on her hat too. No, I still don't have that. I need to get my hands on it.
Oh, we have that one too.
It's been everywhere and easy to get, so I didn't prioritize it. But and also, a couple times I've almost bought it, and I couldn't remember if I bought it yet. But I have not. But I do have her now. But yeah, she's definitely one of my favorites now.
Yeah, no, I really like that one.
Let me run through some other things really fast. Brave and the Bold and Scooby-Doo we're going to do really soon.
Will they have already heard the commentary about how this drops?
No.
Okay.
No, because we still have, as of this recording right this minute, we still have a week's worth left.
Okay.
And you know what, I meant to talk about that at the beginning, so can I stop everything for a minute and do that?
Yeah.
Do you mind strike that, reverse it? We'll do a little Spaceballs and we'll rewind the tape. So we're finishing Batmania this week into probably the beginning of next week. It will take that long, and then immediately after Batmania is finished, I don't know right off the top of my head the exact date it's going to be, but immediately after that, the prologue for Batmania will drop, and Batcap the 48-hour Halloween, and then that show will be weekly. Fingers crossed, as best we can do weekly, until it's finished. And we'll still be doing Omnibuy during that time. I can't promise a lot of other written stuff necessarily during all that, but we'll still be having at least omnibus videos and the occasional commentary and things like that. And we will reveal the next the next lengthy commentary series for Mania for next year at the end of Batmania. So the very last movie is going to be Gotham by Gaslight, which I'm so excited to watch. And it's been very difficult keeping this in the box and not putting it in. I've been really wanting to see this. I've been hearing great things, and I hope it's great.
Me too.
But anyway, stay tuned for the end of that commentary. After the credits, and just like we did with Marvel Mania, we will reveal what the next one is. And I hope people are excited about that. I think it's going to be a really fascinating subject to try to tackle.
Yep.
Our plan for that. But we're going to be real cryptic about it until we get there. Eric, we got from somebody for Christmas the 25th anniversary edition of Last Starfighter, which has special features, and it's really cool. It has I haven't listened to the commentary yet, but director Nick Castle is on the commentary. And they did a couple of featurettes, and I've watched one of them, and it's really pretty good.
I've seen a feature for that movie. I don't know if I have that version of that DVD, but like it's a lot of like I never realized how important this movie was. It's touched so many people's lives. It's so important.
It's got that kind of stuff, but there's also a lot of stuff about like you know the visual effects and how difficult that was to do at that point, and like how it was kind of too early, you know, to do that, but they did the best they could, and there was a lot of innovation, and like I think that is true.
main CGI, like
It
full
is
CGI.
yeah, and it's the first time we rendered entire things that were actually supposed to be real, as opposed to Tron, where it was in the computer in the first place.
Right.
So that is legitimately innovative.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And important.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize this was actually as old as it was. I just looked at the date; it's 09. I thought this was recent. I didn't know that it was.
So that might be the version that I have, because I have it on a 4-pack.
Maybe so. I had no idea that this existed until we got it for Christmas, but I didn't have special features before. So I'm glad now that I've got that. I wish they had gone to Robert Fletcher and talked to Fletcher, who did the costumes for this and who I've talked to. It was unfortunate that they didn't get him, but it was fun to look at. I haven't finished with it yet, but anyway, I got the autobiography of James T. Kirk, which just came out last year, and the Picard one's out, and I haven't gotten that yet. So I'm hoping to read this soon and read a book on it. And then somebody gave me this for Christmas: the Space Hero's Guide to Glory: How to Get Off Your Podok Planet and Master the Final Frontier. I don't know if this is any good or worth
Is that
reading,
a guide
but,
to
like space travel and stuff?
No. I was gonna say, what's that game that everyone hated that you bought? The space No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Is that the
the guide to No Man's Sky? No, this seems like one of those things that's just like chock full of pop culture references, and it's supposed to be funny because we get all the references.
Sure.
But, it might be fun.
Yeah.
And then I got the biography of George Reeves, or rather, the book about the mystery of his death.
Oh, interesting.
Hollywood Kryptonite, and I've been wanting to read that for
That's
a long
really
time,
cool.
and I finally got that. And then I got Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog the Book. I wish it was just called the Sing-Along Book, but it's not. But this is like a lot of interviews and things from that movie, but the main reason I got it was because I knew my wife would kill me if I didn't after I found it, because it has all the sheet music for all the songs in the back, and she'll want to play that on piano. So she and my son, so I got that. And I don't know if you know that, Sarah and I used to sing Dr. Horrible duets all the time. And
cool.
It's a thing we did in the car after that movie came out, and we still occasionally put that in and do that. So anyway, and then I got the Tobin Spirit Guide from Ghostbusters, which Eric Burnham wrote, and you have a copy of.
I have a copy of.
And I had not looked at, and I got this so cheap, I was like, I'm gonna go and buy one, even though there's one in my house, at least at the moment. So yeah, I don't know. Living with you is like having Netflix, Like, I know it's not always gonna be there necessarily, so like it's hard to prioritize buying things that I know I currently have access to. But
have you looked through that at all?
A little bit.
Some
I
of
read
the
the
illustrations
first
are gorgeous.
couple chapters, and I think it's just really clever. The kind of in-universe way it's written. There's the Scolari brothers.
The Scolari brothers.
And finally, for media stuff, I guess I'll just mention the most, because I keep doing this. The most recent books I got from the Star Trek graphic novel collection from Eagle Moss. So volume 13 is the UK Marvel comics, which I think were the comic strips that were never. Are they strips, or they don't look like strips? I don't know. That media is very interesting. It looks almost like pastels. It's probably not, but it's like.
I do know that
I don't know how these were colored.
the British did not use like the dot matrix printers like we did. They painted it. So.
Oh, interesting. Because this is motion picture era, and all the way through this, it's those outfits, which just
that's unfortunate.
Doesn't translate real well to comics or screen or really anything.
Maybe prose.
And again, Robert Fletcher designed these, and he agrees with me. He didn't like them either, but that's what Robert Wise wanted, so that's what he gave him. But anyway, that's gonna be really interesting to look at.
13?
And I don't think these were ever 14. And I don't.
It feels like just yesterday that you were like,
I know.
you
Half
were
a
like,
year
should I
ago.
do this?
Half a year ago, almost. Yeah,
That's crazy.
These I don't think had ever been collected, so that's really exciting. And then this is just, I think, the Vulcan's Vengeance, like the second or third volume of the Kelvin Crew. The second volume, which I guess is kind of nice to have, because I bought those like real sparingly. Like I was hit or miss with them. I bought some and didn't buy others, so now I'll have all of it.
You've said no, that's very good, right?
Some of it is really fun, and some of it is a lot of it's the old IDW problem with that they had before they were doing ongoings, which is just they don't take enough time to tell their stories. And so even though it's an ongoing, and even though they remember things that happened previously, it's still just a bunch of 2-3 issue story arcs that sometimes need more than that. They've done better with that with the more recent series, but I lost interest in that as well. So anyway, and then lastly, David Crabtree got me some stuff for Christmas. Thanks, and I just wanted to show you a couple of those things because they're really neat things that'll go right in the Batcave. Because once again, I have so much room for stuff in the Batcave. One of them is so these are both banks. This is the 60s bat phone, and I've always wanted this represented somehow down here. I still want to get a real one somehow and
for emergency phone
get
calls.
it actually rigged up for emergency phone calls. Yeah, and was it on?
I think it's on
After Dark?
But I think it's on the
that,
preview.
Was that where it was? There's a play. If you haven't seen that, Eric was hysterical. Where he was like, "Wait, so let me get this straight. You're gonna rig up this flashing phone that's supposed to be really cool because it's just for emergencies, and when someone that you really care about is like dying on the street, you get a phone call and you pick up on your bat phone." Was that the joke?
Yeah. Well, no. It was you wanted to use it only to call out for emergencies. So it's like, so when Sarah falls
That's
and
right.
she busts her hip, you're gonna run downstairs and
Pick
get
up
your
a bat phone.
That's why it's only the 911.
This is my 911 phone. And then the other bank, as you might have suspected already,
We're all
from
about
that.
cool, not about practical here.
Exhibit B. So this is, of course, the Shakespeare head that you open and gets you into the Batcave. I think that's
I've not
so
seen it since it
cool.
came out of the box. That is cool.
Yeah, it looks great, and these both I think look pretty good, like not too plasticky. Because they're plastic,
Yeah.
but, and like they're lightweight, but they look great. And obviously, this shouldn't actually be in the Batcave. It should be like right to get into the Batcave.
Yeah, you should like nail it up on the staircase.
Yeah, but I can't look at this anymore without that line from that great episode.
Recognize your familiarity with
where
the
he
bar?
says,
Oh, no. Demonstrate.
familiarize your. No. See, I knew it until you said that.
Sorry.
You may familiarize yourself with the bard. That's what it is.
I thought it was demonstrate your familiarity with the bar.
That might be it. No, you might be right. I knew it for sure until you started saying it. No problem. Anyway,
The words familiar and bard are there.
they sure are. We are great at quoting things here at Geekvolution. So anyway, that is. I think that's it for new acquisitions. Did you have anything else?
No,
Was
that's
that all your
all I
stuff?
got.
All right. Well, that was,
I
that was
was
fun.
a super cool thing that David Crabtree got me, but I can't.
No, because it has. You can show it on After Dark.
Sure.
And you should talk about it there because you've talked about it there before.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a lighter that Eric was missing, and
if anyone knows the lighter
fine.
from Preacher, it's the lighter from Preacher. I had got it years ago. King had got it for me.
Since you brought it up, I didn't think you'd care.
Yeah.
Except what it was.
Yeah, no. Years ago, King had gotten me that lighter for my birthday, and it went missing in a move at some point. And
it's the only lighter I've ever seen with an F-bomb on it, and that's why we can't show it on camera.
Yep.
But, Eric will show it on After Dark.
And if look up Preacher lighter, like if you don't care, look up Preacher lighter, you'll see a drawing of it.
So anyway, that's going to be it for new acquisitions.